So I guess before we begin, I better take a nice giant sip of water. Excuse me. You woke up 30 minutes ago? Ah, well then good morning. You must cook and cook indeed. All right, so welcome back to Ace Attorney. I don't know if this will be the last episode. Will I actually finish it? Who the hell knows? I will not be doing any more voices for this game because my vocal cords decided to just give out on me. So I got to take a break. I will be doing voices again in the future, just none right now, and I really want to finish this game. So I'm just not going to stress my voice. I'm just going to be casual about it. So as much as I would love to do my shitty Kaiba impression for Edgeworth here, I just have to speak it normally, unfortunately. Looks like we managed to stay in the game. Yeah, thanks to your help, Edgeworth. That chief, he's something else, eh, pal? It's tough. You have no idea how much I want to do the voices. Oh. Detective Gumshoe. I hate being this muted. Okay. I'm not a detective anymore. Oh, yeah, sorry about that. Don't worry. I've already decided where to work now. Where you gonna... My office. Why are you working for me? My office? Sure. I'll take the place of that top-knotted girl you used to wear. No, she's a psychic. You're not a psychic, Gumshoe, or at least not that I know. Could he mean Maya? Yes, of course he means Maya. Still, looks like we're all out of moves now. Chief Gant's done it again. How is it he always gets the upper hand? It's just he's good at what he does. It's not fair. He has the right to refuse to testify. Is that actually the case? Can a chief of police refuse to testify? That makes no sense to me. Huh. Settle down. No voices. As much as I want to, I can't. Settle down, right? Remember what the judge said? But chief. No, I can't. Nothing exaggerated, just normal. That is not a right to be casually invoked. There are certain risks to be considered. Well, what are the risks? Do tell. Risks? What did he mean by that? It's simple. If the chief refuses to testify, the opposite also holds true. You mean he forfeits his right to say anything too? Who's saying this? Hi, Emma. Emma, you okay? How you doing? Just like a little slow punch to the shoulder there. Hey, how you doing, kiddo? Yeah, when I came to, I was in the medical office. I've been listening to the trial from the gallery, so she heard everything that's been going on. Emma, I'm sorry for what I said before. No, don't be. It was the truth. You know, it's funny. I almost feel somehow relieved. Relieved? Yeah. Now I finally know what really happened. To think that all this time, my sister was being blackmailed by that terrible man, and she did it all just to protect me. Ever since her appointment as chief prosecutor, everyone who knew her, she said she changed. Perhaps it was easier that way for her. What do you mean? What do you think, Jaime? To follow Chief Gant's orders. She must have shut herself deep inside to force herself to do everything the chief told her to do. That must be why she became so cold. It was all my fault. It's all because I murdered Mr. Marshall. Yeah, you sure did, Emma. You killed him cold. You are a cold-blooded killer. But you're also a minor, so you don't get to go to jail. Congrats. Hey, don't go blaming yourself now. If you want to blame anyone, blame society, pal. Chief Gant may be able to fool everyone else with his forgery, but he can't fool my memory. I remember now. I knocked Mr. Marshall into that armor. I see. Well, we better get back. It's time for the final act. Emma, why don't you wait? How do you just pronounce an H? No, I'm going with you. I want to be there when Lana tells the truth. Let's go, right? It's time to end. Well, considering if the prosecution and the defense are kind of in cahoots, that's a conflict of interest, and oh no, that's illegal. I think. I don't know law. I'm a lawyer. To be continued. Well, we're continuing right now. Don't even. Get out of here. Would you like to save your progress? Yes, I will save for the 15 minutes of talking I did. Amazing. Tack, 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 tack. Now then, will the defendant, Miss Lana Skye, please take the stand? Miss Lana Skye, you are the chief prosecutor. I'm sure you're aware of what is required of you. But Mr. Edgeworth, you already know everything. You know all that I've done these past 2 years. Uh-huh. Please provide the court with your testimony, Miss Skye. And remember, you are under oath. We want to hear the truth. Doesn't that mean that she can refuse to testify too now? Huh? Do you mean no needle gargling voices? Yes. But no it's not even just those. It's any. I can't exaggerate anything. I just have to be just cool, calm, and collected. I can talk. Just I can't be crazy about it. That's all. But yes, hello Nova. How you doing this fine evening? Welcome, welcome. Of course, the truth. Lana, no matter what happens. It almost sprung up in me, almost. I'll always be your sister. Have you been putting honey in your drinks? You need to do that. You know what? You're right. I should. I don't have any, but I should go buy some today. Now then, your testimony, if you will. First, tell us about your relationship with Chief Gant. Everything hinges on your testimony. The only chance we have to get Gant. Come on, Lana. Watch her invoke her right to yeah, I'm done. Oh, she's actually talking. Okay. I worked alongside Gant for years. There's no truth to this. Oh. There's no truth to this blackmail theory. I fabricated the evidence 2 years ago all by myself. What the shit, Lana? When I found Prosecutor Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene. My only motivation was to get Darke convicted. It had nothing to do with Emma. Aha. Uh-huh. Are you sure about this testimony? Your Honor, I'm confessing to a capital offense. Of course I'm sure. But Lana, if this is true, then that means Chief Gant has nothing to do with this. That's what I've been telling you from the beginning. Lana, what the shit? Please, Mr. Wright, you've got to help her. She's sacrificing herself because of me. But what if she's telling the truth? You know, that's fair. We never really considered that. She's not. I know my own sister. But whenever she speaks stiffly like that, she's hiding something inside. Deep down, she's really screaming in agony. Yeah, this is no time to start second-guessing myself. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. Hold it right there. Oh, yeah? You worked alongside him for years? You sure about that? How many years exactly? Ever since I made senior detective. Let's see, I was 24 then, so that would have been 5 years. Damn, you're 29? Detective Gant and Detective Skye were legendary partners. I personally saw them testify in numerous cases. She must have been good coming from the same school as Mia. Damon Gant was a respectable detective, that's why. Hold it right there. But think about it, Miss Sky. You didn't murder Detective Goodman. You told me as much yesterday in jail. You still don't get it, do you, Mr. Wright? Any testimony you cannot present in court is as useless as idle gossip. I stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife. And? You fabricated the evidence 2 years ago, did you really? Did you do so to help your sister? Joe Darkhay was a serial killer. My sister almost became his last victim that day. I didn't want that incident to ruin her life. But what she did was justifiable self-defense. I agree. Self-defense against who? I mean, she killed the innocent party here. She wouldn't have been charged with anything. That's not the point. She was traumatized that day, all because of that creep. That's why I couldn't forgive him. Lana. So that's why you fabricated the evidence 2 years ago. When I found Prosecutor Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene. Oh yeah? Uh-huh. Your vocal cords are freakishly flexible, so you can get away with pushing your voice a lot, but you've reached your limit, more than a few times. Do you pronounce the CH as a ch? Because isn't that like chamomile tea with honey? Will speed up recovery heaps. Oh, okay. I do have to do grocery shopping today because it was closed yesterday for Easter. So I'll pick up honey and tea. It was Nyanja in the retirement home with the suspiciously shaped inflatable pool noodle. What's making it suspicious, T? What do you mean? How is this suspicious? Yeah, chamomile or chamomile. Okay, all right. Well, it could still work, T. I mean, Clue is all about investigating a crime scene. Yes. Would you mind telling us what you found when you arrived at the crime scene? It seems I was the first person to discover the scene. The broken prosecutor award knife was stuck in the victim's body. What? But Prosecutor Marshall died from an unfortunate accident. Wait, so did Emma kill him? That's the only situation you dreamed was possible. The reality is, it wasn't my sister who took the prosecutor's life. Fantasize all you want, Mr. Wright, but I'll never change this statement. You mean Prosecutor Marshall wound up being killed by Darkhay? Something like that. If that is so, what happened to the other murder weapon? Darkhay was carrying a switchblade knife. Oh, that was lying on the floor a little distance away. It was probably knocked away in the struggle. That's not how it went down. She's trying to cover up her lies with more lies. Or is she? All just to protect me. So when you found this scene like this, what did you do? She killed Marshall. After all, this is what everything boils down to. Yes. I broke off the tip of Darkhay's knife, planted it inside the wound, and then moved the body. How? How do you even? No? Then you move the body? But why? Why would you do that? You of all people should know, Edgeworth. You've always had a good head on your shoulders. My head isn't that bad. Whoa. Well, hey there, Phoenix. But maybe I'd ask for the sake of the others. Well, why? I understand why you moved the body, but like, why did you plant the knife? Well, why did you do that? Come now, Mr. Wright. Even you should be able to figure it out. You'll never not find it funny that Edgeworth is always the opposing counsel. I mean, there's only so many people that work here, unfortunately. It's like, we've assigned you, Edgeworth, as your criminal defense lawyer. Wait, no, Edgeworth's the prosecution. I'm the defense. Very well, let's add this to the witness's testimony. I knew the tip of the weapon found buried in his body would be all the proof we needed. My only motivation was to get Darkey convicted. It had nothing to do with Emma. Hold it right there. According to your testimony, Prosecutor Marshall's broken knife was the murder weapon, right? Yes, and leaving it at that might point the blame away from Darkey. I felt the most effective way to get him convicted would be by having the tip of his knife found inside the victim's body. So you buried it inside the victim's stab wound? Yes, because I hated Darkey for what he did. I think it has everything to do with Emma. So you rearranged the crime scene. Are you sure you didn't do this to keep Emma from looking like the murderer? How many times do I have to tell you, Mr. Wright? Emma didn't do it. Period. Are you so desperate to hide that fact? You're willing to risk the death sentence? That's family for you. She's lying. She did it so I wouldn't be blamed for what happened. In any case, as a prosecutor, what I've done is unpardonable. There's nothing I can do to make up for my actions. Mr. Wright, my sister's lying. Looks like she's determined to protect you to the end. She insists she fabricated the evidence by herself. There's no way she could have done it alone. I've got to get Lana to talk more. If she's lying, then she's bound to slip up and make a mistake. All right. I don't know if the last word there was a mistake, but I pressed the button a little too quickly. All right, you worked alongside him for years. No truth to this blackmail. You fabricated the evidence. You broke off the tip of Darkey's knife and planted it inside. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Let me see. Let me just check this for a second. Evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. Unregistered evidence present plus relative to the case on trial. All right. So that's got nothing to do with it here. What's up with this? What is this? Closed, perpetrator, victims, trial date. Nothing's really pointing out to me. Stabbed in the back, died from a punctured heart and lung. A knife tip was found in the wound. Died from blood loss another 10 minutes. You said that's all you needed, but... However... I don't know. Would be all the proof we needed. I feel like this is the line where I kind of just like let out the, hey, hold it right there. Well, nothing's coming to mind. It had nothing to do with Emma. Oh, wait. Ah, shit. Wrong button. I know she's lying. Just give me a second. Okay, it had nothing to do with Emma. However, Emma is written on the surface in blood. Objection. Your Honor, what do you think? Ah, damn it. Okay, I should probably save before I start doing any more erroneous crap. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna save just in case. Okay, it had nothing to do with Emma. But at the same time, he knew the tip of the weapon found buried in his body would be all the proof we needed. Is it though? Is it? Because there's a lot of proof. I don't know. How do you break off the tip of a knife? Like, what did you use? Like, that alone must be, like, extremely tough. Or what a shit knife. Just stab it into a table and bend it? Yeah, okay, fair enough. It's common in murder cases with lots of stabbing. Well, I didn't know this. And also, what the hell is this? I'm gonna reload this save. Why? It's your handprint, Emma. On a freshly waxed floor. What is this? Okay. I don't know what this is, but... No, the music didn't change. Damn it. Okay. Boo. Boo. All right. That shit. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. I present to you. Can I present to you this stupid little book? Objection! Nope. I didn't do it. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I honestly don't know. And I want this game to be over with, so I'm whipping out the tutorial early. How's the throat going? It's going good. I can talk normally. I just can't exaggerate my voice, that's all. Oh, okay. I never would have suspected that. We would have been here till the dawn of time. All right. We're going to load so I can get my 2 little things back. You can try voice simulators. I mean, maybe. Sorry, Neko. I was looking at a tutorial. Okay, hold it. Okay. You see, so I did the wrong one. See, I'm like, why did you plant the knife? What I should have put was, why did you move the body? This would have never occurred to me. How are you going? I'm going good. How is ye? How you doing this fine evening? Welcome, welcome. When you showed up on the scene, where exactly was the victim's body? It was where you deduced it, by Chief Gant's desk. But the body was found by your desk. Why did you move it there? The reason for that is simple. Let's have the witness explain this in more detail. The reason Miss Guy moved the body. The pieces of the jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan. You see, now that's new. I never would have, expected that. Thank you, tutorial. I needed this. Okay. Hold it right there. Pieces of the jar? You mean... Yes. That wretched jar you showed us earlier. In order to show that Dark had committed the crime, I felt it would be more... expedient word to move the body. So, when you first found the body, the jar was already, of course, it had been shattered to pieces. If you look at the crime scene, it would be clear right away what happened. Bah! Neil Marshall was dead, and Darky was lying unconscious. In other words, the jar must have broken during their struggle. I see. What's the matter, Emma? Apparently the jar shattered at the time the crime was committed. But I have a feeling there is more to it than that. There must be a contradiction here somewhere. Anyway, I committed the fabrication completely alone. Did you now? Yeah, I don't get it either. I sort of... It makes sense to me. Like, it means to, move. I'm assuming. To move something. Or did you break the jar because it had the word Emma on it? Because, why would the jar be broken if the dude just wrote Emma? Uh-huh. Miss Sky, I understand how you feel. You committed that crime 2 years ago to protect your sister. You mean that forgery at the scene where Neil Marshall was murdered? If that truth were to be exposed now, the past 2 years of your life will have been in vain. Even so, I am compelled to bring to everyone's attention a significant contradiction with your testimony. A contradiction in my testimony? You testified, and I quote, "The pieces of the jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan." That's right. Do you have a problem with that? It's a simple oversight, really. You see, a message was written on this jar with the victim's blood. Ah! Yes, the prosecutor must have written it in his final moments. Exactly so. And this is where the contradiction lies. In order for the victim to be able to write his message on the jar, it must not yet have been broken before he died. Hell yeah. I actually figured something else for once. I mean, mind you, I did use the tutorial, the fact that I had to, switch from knife to body. But we're back on track. We're back on track. He couldn't have written Emma's name on a shattered jar. That's right. Order. Order. Your Honor, it would appear more information is needed in regard to this jar. And it's bloody. Are you British? And it's bloody message? We may be missing something critical here. Something critical? Chief Prosecutor, it seems you're in the dark as we are about the truth towards which we're headed. What? Just tell us exactly what you saw. We'll piece together the information to arrive at the truth. Very well. The witness may now continue her testimony. Yeah, start telling the truth. I immediately noticed the blood traces on the jar, but it was dark in the room and I didn't have time to check it out. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. The fragments were large, so I'm sure I got them all. All I could think about was wiping them clean before they were discovered. Ah, wipage, huh? We happen to have a cloth with fingerprints on it. Interesting. But it's like, when do I do it though? Imagine if the judge lose all their hair due to stress about his job. I mean, poor guy. Maybe. Yeah, maybe just it went from the top of his head to his massive beard. Edward sounds like a little Victorian lower class child that has a passion for robbing the elderly. It's because he does. That's what he does. That is classic Edgeworth. Let's be real here. You mean you were the one who wiped away the message in blood? It wasn't chief prosecutor. I wasn't chief prosecutor at the time. She didn't think Darkhay was the real murderer. That's why she tried to erase the real evidence. Very well. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? Oh, immediately, huh? Wouldn't you be more focused on your sister? So the jar was already broken. It's a miracle that thing hadn't broken earlier. It certainly looks as feeble as the defense's case. Oh, what? Well, not as feeble as the judge's judgment. You were an ace detective who never missed a detail. Do you really expect us to believe you didn't investigate what was written on the jar pieces? Normally I would have. But it was dark in the room. I didn't have time to check it out. Because you were looking at your sister. Fair enough. So you didn't know your sister's name was written on the jar? No. If I had known, I would have gathered all the pieces to ground them to dust. Well. Lana, you do that for me. You'd cover up a murder for me. Aw, family bonds, you know? Ace detective? Are you stupid or something? Flips coin. Oh no, which one is it? Oh no, which one is it? Seems you two might make up yet. See, the family bonding over crime. Anyway, I just barely had enough time to move the body as it was. If someone happened upon the scene, you lose your chance to erase the evidence. You must have been in a hurry. I was. I knew I had to destroy the evidence before anyone came. This was rather shocking. To be safe, I wiped away the blood. Did you now? What'd you wipe it with? A cloth that bears the prints of your sister, maybe? I'm afraid this action of yours reveals what really happened. What do you mean? If you really thought Darkhay killed Prosecutor Marshall, you wouldn't have wiped away the blood. Yeah. What else could I have done in that situation? Lana, I only had a few moments. There wasn't enough time for me to do anything else but gather up the pieces. Fragments were large, so I'm sure I got them all. Yeah, but you missed one, remember? But how could you see with the power out? It would have been pitch black in that office. A detective is always prepared, Mr. Wright. Even now, I always carry a pocket light with a camera, and a camera with me. Even I carry a bottle of emergency aluminum wherever I go, just in case I need to spray and find hidden blood. I never miss anything. I got every last piece. Oh, but you did miss one, though. Hold it right there. So you illegally rearranged the crime scene. Yes, I don't have any excuse for my actions. I'm so sorry, Lana, I didn't know. I treated you so badly all this time. No, you didn't. You've said, like, yeah, she's a rotten bitch, but I love her, you know? Maybe it's not too late. There's still plenty of time to make up. After we've gotten to the bottom of this incident. No doubt this day will leave a permanent stain on the history of the prosecutor's office. More contradictions that surface in her testimony. Your sister's really putting up a fight. She must really care about you. Still, she's not doing this the right way. I think I finally figured out the contradictions in her testimony. There's one final possibility that might turn everything around. Okay. Let me just think here for a second. I mean, to be safe, I wiped away all the blood. I am going to save. That stupid cloth has to come up at some point. Did it save properly? Yes, it did. Okay. That cloth has to... Please. The music's not changing. Damn it. Why does Emma's prints gotta matter? That's just how siblings speak, minus the "but I love her" part. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Thinking, aka checking the tutorial. I check it when I am like absolutely stumped. Right now I'm a little bit stumped, but it's not absolute. It's not like, oh god damn, I've tried everything. It's like I haven't. I pressed the wrong button. All right. Wait. I'm sure I got them all, but you didn't. Do I just activate the jar again? Because she did miss a piece because it was in Gant's safe, you know? And it was a big piece, too. So... present? Aha! Miss Sky, I believe the jar conceals a truth even you were unaware of. What? We found the final piece of this jar in Chief Gant's safe. In the chief's safe? But how? I knew it. She really didn't know. There's something even more disturbing about that final piece. There was still blood on it. Ah ha ha ha. Oh ho ho ho. But the witness just testified that she gathered every last piece of white blood off of them. Yes, which leaves us with only one explanation. On the night the prosecutor marshal was murdered, you were not the first one to show up on the scene. It was Gant, and he used that piece of the pot to blackmail you, to be like, hey, you may have wiped up all that other blood, but I have this piece. Ha ha ha. Look what I got. And that cloth with Emma's prints. She didn't wipe anything. She didn't touch anything. That was just Gant being like, I'm just going to get Emma's fingerprints and just, put them everywhere. Oh, that's evil. Oh, that is evil. That's not thinking. Let's try any options. Well, it's a little bit of thinking. Chief got there before you. Yeah. Exactly. Imagine being a corrupted chief of police department. What is this, Gotham? I mean, the Gotham police were actually... well, Commissioner Gordon... Yeah, he's not... Is it Commissioner and the chief... Like, are they one and the same? Commissioner Gordon was a good guy. And he was like the head cop. And then Harvey Dent used to be a good guy. And then he got a little silly. But I mean, hey, that happens to everybody. What is this? Every city on Earth? You see, the best of fiction has little ties to real life, T. Following the history, Gordon was the only... See, I actually don't really know that much about Batman. Even though out of, like, the DC heroes, he is my favorite. Bad Otaku 2, by the way. Huh? But couldn't the defendant have simply missed a piece? Nuh-uh. I'm afraid that's unlikely. The pieces are too big for anyone to miss, let alone an ace detective. Did that activate your neurons, Nova? That may well be, but everyone makes mistakes. Even I once wasted an entire day looking for my dentures. Oh, Judge, you poor bastard. Have you forgotten, Your Honor? When this witness arrived at the scene, the jar was already broken. That's because Chief Gant broke it. Oh, that. There's no way a name could have been written on a shattered jar. Another person discovered the scene prior to the witness. I hope you're not implying that this person was Chief Gant at the time he was looking for Darkay downstairs. Besides, even if he was there first, why would he break the jar? For evidence, or to hold person accountable. Flip's coin again. The question is, if he did arrive there first, why did he hide that fact for 2 years? Well, Your Honor, can you answer us that? Yeah. Tell me, Judge. Yes, it did. It was literally the animation of Edgeworth pulling down his glasses. Neurons activate. Wait, I'm not the one on trial here. Damon Gant arrived at the crime scene prior to the witness. He proceeded to break the jar and purposefully hid one of the broken pieces. Question, what is this action called? Fabrication of evidence. Hell yeah. But why would Chief Gant do that? In light of what happened afterwards, isn't it clear? What happened afterwards? Discovering the scene, Lana Skye believed her sister Emma killed the victim. Determined to help her sister, she sought Gant's aid. Lending her his aid, Gant helped her create evidence that incriminated Darkay. Oh, wow, that is some 4D chess kind of shit. So, it's obvious that it's like self-defense, blah, blah, blah. Emma's fine. Darkay's still getting convicted. But, so if anything, everything would have been turned out hunky-dory. But, Gant stole a piece to make Lana believe that Emma is a murderer so that she opened herself to get blackmailed by Gant. And then obviously everything fell into place of how it's supposed to go, but with that added little seasoning of, hey, I got you now. Blackmail. That is messed. Sparing Emma, and therein lies the reason. The reason why Miss Skye became the chief's puppet. Oh! She's gonna shift into a Titan. No, I did it on my own. Please stop trying to protect the chief. I can't watch you suffer anymore for my sake. No, you didn't. It wasn't you, Emma. You didn't kill anyone. Don't believe anything Mr. Wright says. Defense attorneys make up the most foul lies to defend their clients. I'm defending you. Foul lies. Imagine that coming from my own client. I guess you do seem the type who likes to twist the truth. What? Wait a minute. What if we're still smack dab in the middle of Gant's trap? Ah, see, it's all about that cloth with Emma's fingerprints on it. I'm telling you. Conclusion of these games. No matter how much you try to hide or make fake proof, if you're guilty, you will be discovered. Exactly. Your past will haunt you. Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Lana, maybe right after all. What do you mean, right? So you do tell foul lies? God damn it. Miss Sky, please testify once more. But if evidence was fabricated behind your back, then Emma's accidental killing of Prosecutor Marshall might also be a lie. But I do remember knocking over Mr. Marshall. Miss Sky, if you will. I can't. There's nothing to be afraid of anymore. This cross-examination may not be changing a thing. However, there is a possibility that it will if you tell the truth. Yeah. Very well. I'll testify about what I really saw. Is this like actually what you really saw? All right, the witness may testify once more for the final time. When I arrived, I found Mr. Marshall's body impaled on that suit of armor sword. Emma and Darkey were lying unconscious on the floor nearby. When I saw what happened, I thought she did it. That's why I erased all the evidence that linked her to the murder. I had Chief Gant help me remove the body from the sword and carry it. But if it was all really a fabrication, Emma might be innocent. Okay. Unbelievable. The body was impaled on the armor sword. You were the only one who saw that. Only if you had proof. Actually, I do have proof. Oh yeah, your little pocket cameras you were talking about. I gave it to Mr. Wright just this morning. The book? What? To me? It's a picture I took of the crime scene as I encountered it. I thought it might be needed. But I don't remember receiving a picture like that. Lana must have known. See, Mr. Wright? She really does have faith in you. Very well, Mr. Wright. Please present us this picture. I don't remember receiving any pictures from Lana. Lana said she gave it to you this morning, right? I seem to remember getting something from her. Yeah, it was the book. Let's check that evidence again. There must be a picture in there somewhere. Oh, is it like in the book? Can I open the book? This? Oh! Oh! Okay, I thought the book was like, I was expecting to use the book in terms of like, because it's all about evidence needs to be brought in court before you, or it needs to be approved before you can be like, haha. So I was kind of hoping that that's what I was going to use the book for, but I guess it was concealing a photo. Interesting eyes. I think I saw them before. Aw. All right, taking the decision over to the judge. I mean, hey, the judge, you can easily bully the judge. Oh my. This is the actual crime scene. No other detective saw the crime scene like this, because I contacted Criminal Affairs only after I had rearranged everything. Okay, well. Gasp. Mr. Wright. That piece cut out from his vest, that could be... Oh, that's the cloth that Emma... Okay. The cloth we found inside Chief Gant's safe. Okay, so it was a piece of Marshall's vest. And yeah, it's got Emma's prints on it. That cloth, it had fingerprints on it. Whatever fingerprints those are must be the real murderer. It just proves that she is the murderer. What is this? We keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's like, yes. Did she do it? No, she didn't. But she did it again. So, like, come on. What? But those fingerprints, they're yours, Emma. Why are your lips turning all purple, Mr. Wright? Anyway, let's get on with the cross-examination. So long as you tell the truth, we should be able to flush out the real murderer. That's Emma, all right. Very well. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. God damn it. No. No, I knew it. I knew it. Oh, you bastard. Come now, Ajit. This is the poorest excuse of a trial I've ever seen. Chief Gant. What, now you want to make me out as the bad guy too? If so, I'd like to put in a word or two in my defense. You've already said, haha, I don't want to testify. I'm afraid it's too late for that. What? You already declined to testify. That means you forfeited your right to make statements of any sort. Yeah! That's right, so shoot, get out of here. Bye-bye. Go on. This must be that risk we were talking about earlier. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the sound of noose tightening around your own... God damn, Edgeworth. Okay. Just, do you want like an apple juice or something? So what? You think I'm worried? After a display like that? Yes. Sorry to disappoint you, but I don't need to make any statements. What do you mean? The evidence will do all the talking for me. Even if I can't testify, I can still present evidence. Present evidence. Yes, that's true. Wait, you mean you still have some conclusive evidence? No, I don't, but someone does. Someone? So, what's your excuse, righto? Why have you been keeping quiet about it? You do have something to show us, right? Something that proves who knocked over Neil Marshall, causing his death? Conclusive evidence that leaves no room for doubt? Yeah, but why was his vest cut off, you know? Is this true, Mr. Wright? Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna save, just in case. Let's see. Emma's sure to be made out as the murderer. Mr. Wright, if you have any more evidence, present it now. And if you try to conceal anything, you will be the one appearing before the Board of Inquiries. God damn it. What do I do now? I better think this through carefully. I can't afford to make the wrong decision. Should I present that piece of evidence? The one that shows who really killed Prosecutor Marshall? Super Saiyan mode. Hell yeah. It's creepy, though. Sir, you disobeyed the laws of light physics for a moment. I think it might be slightly emotional. just a tad, teeny, itty bitty little bit emotional. It's slightly showing. Yes, Your Honor. I do have further evidence. All right. The time's finally come to show it to them. Those prints have got to be the chief's. But it's not. Now let's see this conclusive evidence. The evidence that shows who actually murdered Prosecutor Marshall. I don't wanna, but I gotta. I just, is this, all right. All right. It's a piece of leather cloth. Yes, it most likely was cut from the victim's vest near his chest. What's this? There's a big handprint on it. Surely it must have been left on the cloth by whoever shoved the victim into the sword. What? Those fingerprints are... Whose fingerprints are on this? I'm sure Rita was checked, haven't you? Yeah. Well, whose are they? It's Emma. They're Miss Skies. Miss Emma Skies. What? They're mine? So I really did do it? See, I told you it was conclusive. However, but this was found in your safe. That means it's possible. That means it's possible you forged it. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't remember any cloth in my safe. Do you really expect me to believe that? Well, yeah. But give it up, Mr. Wright. It's over. You shouldn't have presented that. By presenting that evidence, you tied Emma Sky to Neil Marshall's death. No. God damn it. It appears we have our killer. No. God damn it. Everything hinged on that. In the end, Lana alone was found guilty on all accounts. Shit! I knew it! Oh, well. Well, that's the end of the game. Thank you all for being here. It's been hella fun, hella awesome. Okay, no, we're still going. We're still going. Or do I show different evidence? Like, it's not that I don't show evidence, but rather I show different evidence. How about I'll do this route. Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time. I think this is still also bad. I think I gotta present evidence, but it's not that. It's something else. You sent a young girl to the chair. No, Emma's fine. It was Lana that was sent to the chair. What? You lie. Chief Gant? You opened my... Oh, okay. Never mind. So then, yes, it is. Okay, so no, I won't present it. And then he has his little freak out, and then it's actually, yeah, okay, you're right. I take it back. But you said it was in your safe. I like it. I like it. You opened my safe. I know you took what was inside. The conclusive evidence. Exactly. I don't know what you're talking about. Let's see. Wait, did you say Gant? Did I? Possibly. Emma slipped while attending the execution and fell under the electric dome. No! and it was just nothing but slapstick comedy sounds, too, while it was happening. Mr. Wright, why don't you show them? We found it together. Oh, I see. It's because you know the truth, don't you? You know whose fingerprints are on it. That's why you won't present it. What are you talking about, Chief Gant? Can't you figure it out? Take a good look at this picture. Look at this photograph. Every time I do, I make me laugh. See the victim's vest? Notice anything odd about the chest area? It looks like part of it's been cut for some reason. I like this. Oh, Gant, by all means, spill the beans, please. You mean you had this in your safe? What? That means you, the chief of police, have been concealing evidence? This is going to be the biggest scandal in the history of the police department. Yeah, Chief Gant. Impressive. To be honest, I didn't think you had the gall, righto. Well, I can't just let you pin me up as the murderer. I'll tell you what really happened. Oh, of course. Okay, sure. What? You mean you admit to it? Well, let's hear it. I was the first person to arrive at the crime scene that day. It then occurred to me that I could use the situation to control Lana. Wait, is he just straight up admitting that? All right. Okay, so Emma's still the killer. Oh, okay. Okay, so he's like, I don't want you to pin me as a murderer, but I'll admit to being an asshole. Okay. So he didn't kill anybody. It then occurred to me that I could use the situation to control Lana. So you really were manipulating her. I knew Lana. If I made it look like the blame lay with her sister, that when she saw the scene, she would ask me for my aid. So you assisted Miss Sky. I told her to arrange all the evidence. I love his voice, and I'm sad that I can't do it. Maybe it doesn't put that much strain on me. I had her plan the knife tip in the victim's body and move the body across the room. And I ended up using that evidence to get Joe Darkey convicted. When I tampered with the crime scene, I hid 2 pieces of evidence. This was before Lana arrived at the scene, mind you. 2 pieces of evidence? You mean those items in your safe? But why? For insurance, of course. Insurance? I was sure my plan would work, but it was always best to be prepared for the worst. I wasn't about to let anyone blame me for a murder that girl committed. You mean you were calculating that from far ahead while forging the evidence? What do you take me for, a fool? I didn't make the police chief by dumb luck. See this jar fragment? Yep, I see it. I hid the most legible part of Emma's name. I didn't expect Lana to go and wipe the blood off all the pieces. But if you fabricated the evidence, what's to say you didn't fabricate the message on this jar, too? Oh, ho, 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 ho. Some people just don't know when to quit, do they? That's why I kept one more item for insurance. You mean that piece of cloth? Come on, righto, cough it up already. I know you have it. What are you waiting for, Mr. Wright? So you admit to it then, Chief Gant, that you were hiding the cloth you cut off the victim's vest in your safe. Yes, I admit it. I didn't want to have to do that, being chief and all. But it's a lot better than being portrayed as a murderer. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say for yourself? Just a moment ago, you said you didn't have any evidence you could present. Foolish move, righto. You should have shown it then before it was too late. It's been a long battle, but the moment of truth has finally arrived. As long as I don't mess up here, victory is mine. I'm going to save again. Just in case. All right, no more voices. I can feel my throat starting to, like, constrict on itself. Well, yeah, I'm going to have to show the evidence. Your Honor, I do have evidence to present now. All right, then, let's see this conclusive evidence. The evidence that shows who actually murdered Prosecutor Marshall. Should I still, though? Well, all right. I still think this is a bad idea. Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest. Oh, yes. At least you finally brought it out into the open. There's a handprint on this piece of cloth. Your Honor, the prosecution requests that to be immediately sent to the lab for analysis. This handprint on the leather must have been a strong impact for it to be left so clearly. You mean it could not have been forged? It must be authentic, conclusive evidence. God damn. Well, you're as slow on the uptake as ever, Worthy. What? Think about it. Righto had all this time to present this evidence. Yet he was reluctant to do so. Why would that be? You mean you already know? You know whose fingerprints are on that? Mr. Wright, do you really know? Whoever the fingerprints belong to must be the real murderer. Wait, are we... Is this back to being a bad idea? Very well, I'll tell you. Should be okay now. Everything's proceeding as predicted. The person whom these fingerprints belong to is... Chief Gant! Emma Skye? What? They're mine? I'm sorry, Emma, but why? Why didn't you tell me? Already done, Edgeworthy. You have no other option. That's fair. You're really something, Righto. You knew this girl did it all along, and you still tried to pin the murder on me. So it's true. Tragic, but true. This girl really did shove Prosecutor Marshall to his death. But... How could you? You monster. Miss Skye. You knew whose fingerprints those were all along, yet you acted like she really didn't. Miss Skye, it's not over yet. What? I said this trial isn't over yet. Ha! But I'm afraid it is over, boy. Not only this trial, but your career, too. You purposefully concealed this conclusive evidence. That, my friend, is a serious offense. I'm looking forward to pressing charges after the defendant is convicted. I'll have your badge, boy. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? Aren't you going to tell us how it feels? How it feels to be the one who single-handedly turned a poor little girl into a murderer? Before I do that, there's just one little thing I have to clear up. Oh, and what's that? Who really killed Prosecutor Neil Marshall? What? Chief Gant, you are absolutely right. This piece of cloth proves who the real murderer is. Who killed Neil Marshall, you ask? It was Emma Skye, wasn't it? I'm afraid that's not possible. You see, this piece of cloth contains a critical contradiction. Oh! What? A contradiction? What is this fool blabbling about? I'm talking about a contradiction. One that proves who the real killer is. I'm lost. Phoenix, you lost me. The size. I mean, I guess. Like, sure, it's Emma's fingerprints, but like, yeah, I guess that's a big-ass handprint. Mr. Wright, this piece of cloth, what could possibly contradict? Chief Gant, your tyrannical reign ends here. Behold, the piece of evidence that contradicts this cloth. Um. Imagine a round cut becomes a perfect square. I mean, I guess. I can't even pause. I can't even pause to be like, haha, and then I can reload the save. I can't do that. You can do it. I know, but like, damn it. How? How? Was it this? How is this evidence in the SL9 incident? Did you save? I can't save. It won't let me save. How do I have evidence of who the real killer is? I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. Oh, shit. Yeah, I mean, I get it. As you said, like, round cut to square, but I wouldn't put it past this game to not really care. I'll present it anyways. What exactly is this supposed to be? This is the picture Miss Sky took. Take a good... Oh, nice one, Neko. See where the piece of his vest was cut out? Yes, his shirt is showing underneath. It's hard to make out with all the blood on his vest, though. Exactly my point. His chest is soaked with blood. That's only natural. His lungs, no doubt, were punctured. Blood poured out of his mouth. Oh, but that piece of cloth is perfectly clean. Wait, there's no blood on it. Aha! You know what? That's good, Neko. But it's not because of the fact that it was, like, the shape of the cut, but rather the fact that it's not covered in blood. Regardless, you saved my ass. Since Emma Sky's fingerprints are on this cloth, there's no doubt that she shoved the prosecutor aside. However, Mr. Marshall was not impaled on the sword at that time. No, this is nonsense. Now then, Chief Gant, let me ask you something. Prosecutor Marshall was not impaled when he was shoved aside. He most likely hit his head on the ground and was knocked out. If so, then tell me, who could it have been? Who could have arrived at the scene before Miss Lana Sky, picked up the unconscious prosecutor, and impaled him on the armor's sword? There you go. Haha! Is he gonna go Super Saiyan again? Then, to make it look like Emma was responsible for the prosecutor's death, said person proceeded to write her name on the jar with the victim's blood. God damn! A jar that they then broke on purpose to leave behind a clue. And make Lana believe her sister did it. Holy shit. Well, it was close. You got it still, Neko. Remember what you admitted only moments ago? That you personally cut out this bloodless piece of the victim's chest? Or vest, sorry. Yes, his chest. Ironic, isn't it? Although the very act of creating it insurance, you prove that you were the actual murderer. God damn. It's finally all over. He did it. He the murderer. What? Oh, get. That was close, Righto. You almost had me. You're sweating, though. Sorry, but you'll have to do better than that. I refute your allegations. How? What do you mean you refute his allegations? You see, that piece of cloth is illegal evidence. How so? Order. What nonsense is this? Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a suspect. Remember, Udgy. Early old Righto here concealed that piece of cloth. I mean, do I really need a flashback to like 5 minutes ago? This guy is annoying. He is. Well, that's true. The defense did refuse to present evidence. At that moment, that piece of cloth ceased to be legal evidence. But that's not fair. Did you actually think you could best me in court? It looks like the last laugh's on you, son. Jeez. This guy won't quit. I'm afraid Mr. Gant's claim is legally correct. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, true. Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a person. Assuming, of course, that the evidence is indeed illegal. Huh? Well, Mr. Wright? It seems at last. Let me save again. The time for me to reveal my plan has finally arrived. Mr. Wright, do you admit to it? That you purposefully and illegally concealed this piece of cloth? I did not. Nuh-uh. I admit it. I refuted to present it at one point. Aha! So the evidence is illegal. But... No, it isn't, Mr. Gant. Huh? It's not that I didn't present evidence then. It's that I couldn't. What do you mean you couldn't? There are certain procedures involved in presenting evidence. No, you don't listen to this line. Ah, that's right. Back to the book. I'm actually going to use the book for what I originally thought it was for. He's nothing but a coward. You can't really believe. There's only one issue left to be resolved in this trial. Is this evidence legal or not? Very well. Let us settle this once and for all. Earlier, you refused to present evidence. If you can prove your conduct was not in violation of the law, then do so now. The book. The book. Evidence law for babies. Oh, this is my proof, Your Honor. Evidence law. Oh, I love this. God, this is beautiful. What's this? I've done my homework too, Chief. Indeed, Emma Sky's fingerprints were on this piece of cloth. However, at the point in time this was merely a piece of cloth, nothing more. What? You see, it's written right here in this book. The second rule of evidence law. Rule 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. I found this piece of evidence myself, inside your safe. It goes without saying, I did not have approval from the police department. Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And here is the crux of the matter. You see, at the time, it was impossible for me to prove the relevance between the cloth and the SL9 incident. What kind of nonsense is this? You want relevancy? Just take a look at this picture and... Sorry, but can you recall when was that picture presented? That was shown only a few moments ago. No, he's right. At the beginning of today's trial, that piece of cloth was still meaningless. The person who gave it value as evidence was you, Damon Gant. You yourself confessed to a certain truth. Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest? Yeah. Oh, I don't need the flashback. Take that! It was then that you approved this cloth as conclusive evidence. Yes, you, the chief of police, personally approved this cloth. The only person who could have cut this from the victim's vest is the one who stood before Prosecutor Marshall in his final moments. In other words, the real murderer. And there's only one person who that could be. Damon Gant, the killer was you! Well, oh God. Oh God, he's losing it. He's just having a giggle fest. When Book saves your ass. Hell yeah. I knew I should have gotten rid of him. That good-for-nothing scum. For 2 years, he's been snooping around the department, trying to get something on me. Crimes are being committed every day, yet he insisted on hounding me. Well, your crime wasn't exactly petty. He wanted to reinvestigate the case. He recruited Angel Starr, then convinced Bruce Goodman. Detective Goodman? Yeah, that's right. If the evidence is transferred, I'll lose my only chance to find out the truth. Please, you've got to help me. I love the cowboy. Let's go. Goodman turned him down as he ought to. Still, Jake Marshall didn't know when to quit. He stole Goodman's ID card and tried to take the evidence. Goodman came to me that day. He wanted to file a lost item report. I went with him to the evidence room. Then all of a sudden, he decided to speak out. Oh? What are you talking about, Goodman? Can you please reopen the investigation, Chief? We can't transfer the evidence out. There are too many questions left unanswered. He opened his evidence locker, and he was taking the evidence out. He said, "It's not too late. I'm going to hand this over to Marshall." Well, to be honest, I was a bit taken back by his words. I had a bad feeling when he came to see me, but I never thought he'd bring up SL9. That's when I saw it, the accursed knife. Well, I couldn't just pull it out. Doing so would have only led to more blood, making it near impossible to hide your crime. Even so, the blood was just pouring out. I didn't know who might stumble in, so I hurried to wipe it up. I was worrying so much about the floor, I didn't realize my fatal mistake. The bloody handprint. On Detective Gumshoe's locker. I used to be known as the crime computer. But everyone has to start somewhere, I guess. I was too nervous. I had no business doing any of it. Then you put the body in my car? I'm sorry, I couldn't think of any other way to move the body. I broke your trunk, but what's the big deal? You make a lot more than us detectives ever will. Someone is admitting it. He is. He's going full force. Leaving the prosecution's car aside. How could you get Miss Sky involved in all of this? Well, she had as much to lose as I did if the truth came out. So you took the evidence from Detective Goodman's locker? I felt bad for having to do it. I also didn't have time to pick and choose what to take. So, you left the jar fragments in the glove. Yeah. It looks like I was better off being an investigator of crimes than a committer. Well, yeah. They all did their best to get in my way. I've got to hand it to them. They did their jobs well, much to my dismay. Fake evidence doesn't hold up very well upon close examination. You must have known that. Tell me, Worthy, why do you stand in court? Me? You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me, we're the same. You and I aren't so different. One day you'll understand. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go at it alone. But he's not alone. He has the power of friendship in anime. The meme? Exactly. We're not so different after all, you and I. Well, it looks like it's time to say goodbye. Oh, Udgy? What? Looks like we'll have to cancel that lunch date. Sorry, old friend. I mean, you can have lunch at, like, visitation hours in the prison, you know? I'm sorry, too, Damon Gant. I knew you as you used to be long ago. You were once a fine investigator, an example to others on the force. I'm sorry to learn you are no longer that person. Those days are gone now, Edgy. Thanks for all the memories, though. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Now you have Raito here, and Worthy. With these two around, you can't go wrong. In fact, I can hear them already. The melodious sound of... sound of what? The game picks and chooses when it wants to, like, end a sentence for me. Or if I want to do it. It's over. It is. I'm just wrapping it up now. Because, like, I hella have to, like, get ready for work. There are two things I want you to understand. Yes. First, your sister never hurt anyone. Second, Damon Gant betrayed you from the beginning. You see, Miss Sky, you no longer have any reason to keep silent. You're right. When this trial is over, I'll tell everything. All that I've done these past 2 years, from the time I had Gant help me forge evidence up until today. So, it seems all the questions raised in this trial have been answered. I'm sorry, Miss Sky. I couldn't let you out of your, I couldn't get you out of all your trouble. My. Ara. What high standards you have for a rookie. I can see why Mia thought so highly of you. Who knows? A few years from now, you might just make it to the top. Aww, she's adorable. I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. Miss Sky. And you too, Mr. Edgeworth. You've suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. Believe me, I know how much of an ordeal it's been for you. Oh, hi, Nova. How's it going? It was nothing. Liar. I was worried the pressure might break you, and yet you rose above it all and guided Mr. Wright to victory. You've done well, Mr. Edgeworth. Stop it. I only did my job. In light of this case, it seems a good self-examination is in order for all of us. Miss Sky, yes, Your Honor, you are innocent of murder. However, although the chief blackmailed you, the fact you still acted in his accomplice, a trial will be scheduled for these crimes at a later date. Yes, I understand, Your Honor. Is there something amusing about all of this? Why are you smiling? It's been a long time, Your Honor. A long time since I felt free of these heavy chains. Well, she's still getting the chair. Well, this trial has gone on far too long already. I agree. Let's end this shit. Regarding the charge of murder, this court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Sky, not guilty. Well, his car got confiscated. That's true. Poor Edgeworth. He's got to take his car to the cleaners. This is all. This court is adjourned. Not long last, it's finally over. Maybe. Emma. Why the long face? I'm sorry your sister didn't get completely off the hook, but at least she wasn't convicted for a murder she didn't commit. No, that's not it. Just now, after the trial ended, I can see why Mia Fey thought so highly of you. I owe you my... Okay, blah, 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 blah. Flashback. I get it! We just read this. You know, I did my best too, but... for old time's sake, even though it's probably going to kill my throat later today. But Lana didn't say a single word to me. Ha! Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Oh, Gumshoe, you never fail. No, guess I am. I'll come back later. Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Making a detective run around. Oh, God damn it. Tough it up. You call me here. Okay. Hey, lighten up, pals. I'm only kidding.
Oh, are you here because of my sister again?
Nope. Not this time. I came today because of you, pal.
Me?
That's right. I thought you'd like to see someone. I guess he's like the police escort, maybe? Hi, Junpei. I mean Gumshoe. Hell yeah. Should you be doing this? She's still under arrest, you know. Well, I won't tell if you won't. Emma, I owe you an apology.
It's okay, sis. Don't worry about it.
That day 2 years ago was the first time in my life I ever panicked. It was all I could do to keep myself from screaming. All I could think about was keeping you from getting wrapped up in that mess.
Sis.
I asked Gant to help me cover up the truth. I thought I was doing it for your sake, but now I realize I was wrong. I changed after that day. I became a real stuck-up bitch. I had to. It was the only way I could make it through the past 2 years. I knew how much I was hurting you by distancing myself, but I couldn't bring myself to tell you what I did. I was scared. Did I hear voices? Huh? I'm doing voices a little bit, yeah. Stop biting your thumb. It's bad. Scared that you look at me with those eyes of yours. I was scared of how you'd react if you knew.
But sis, you're only doing it for me.
No.
Huh?
I turned my back on you that day. In hiding what I believed to be the truth, I was deceiving you.
Sis.
I'm such a fool. It took me all this time to realize it. Emma, I'm so sorry.
But sis, you don't have to apologize. I'm happy now.
You're happy?
Of course. You know, sis, I always knew that on the day you'd come back. Oh, on the day you'd come back. And now you have.
Oh, Emma. Emma. Aww, it's adorable. No one can change the past. The only thing we can do is strive to make up for our mistakes. Why must we make up for our mistakes, you ask? Because in doing so, we can find a way back to our rightful path. And it is from there we can move on toward a brighter future. Oh, Phoenix, you're so poetic. At least that's what I felt watching those two sisters make up. Mr. Wright, Mr. Gumshoe.
Me?
Thank you both for all that you've done. I'm sure we'll meet again someday. Isn't that right, Edgeworth? Edgeworth? Stop hiding and come over here. He's just hiding behind the plant. Where was he hiding?
I just came to say congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Right. Well, I'll be going now.
Mr. Edgeworth, I hope you don't blame yourself for what happened. We were the ones who acted corruptly, not you.
It's too late for me. No matter what anyone may say, I realize today that I can't correct my mistakes.
Mr. Edgeworth?
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth.
Sorry.
Not only that, I don't even trust myself anymore. Chief Gant was right.
Ba 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 da. Boo boo boo. Flashback. That's unnecessary. Under. He was just under the couch the whole time. Yeah.
I do despise criminals, and I despise that Yugi. I plan to dedicate my entire life to fighting them, but in order to fight crime on my own, I need a weapon. A 9mm gun. It's scary, but I've known that to be true for quite some time now.
But Edgeworth,
Who knows? Given enough time, I might have tried to pull something like Chief Gant did. That thought terrifies me. That's why I can't continue on as a prosecutor.
oh, well, you know, you could always, you can beat the fence, maybe. I don't know. Edgeworth, don't you understand? Damon Gant and your mentor, Manfred von Karma, were both the best of the best when it came to fighting crime. But they both made the same mistake. You said, in order to fight crime on my own, I need a weapon. That may be true, but think back to today's trial. You weren't alone. See? The power of friendship and anime, as I said. You were working together with Mr. Wright, and because of that partnership, you were able to present evidence that otherwise would have gone undiscovered. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? I mean, I kind of did most of the investigating here. Huh? What? Oh, yeah. What is this, a pop quiz?
Come on, Mr. Wright. Show him what Lana's talking about.
Evidence, huh? Something that neither Edgeworth nor I would have been able to find on our own? Hell if I know. This? I honestly have no clue. The pin? I mean, I don't think so. I think it's the screwdriver. I don't know. Take that.
That might mean something to you, but I don't see how it had anything to do with our partnership.
Huh? Mr. Wright, it seems you still have a lot to learn as well. I guess that wasn't the right piece of evidence.
It's time for me to...
Oh, no. It doesn't give you a second chance. You kind of just screw up and then that's it. Damn it.
Mr. Edgeworth, if you'll excuse me, there are still some loose ends that need wrapping up. Take care, Chief Prosecutor.
Whoops. Edgeworth, what will you do now? Well, whatever you do, just remember. You can let what happened kill the prosecutor in you, or you can let it help you grow. In the end, it's up to you. I did fumble. I'm sorry.
I know it seems I owe you my thanks too, right? But what I face now is my problem.
Edgeworth, I'll be waiting for you in court. I don't know where I'm going with this.
Farewell.
I'd better be going too.
Okay, I'll be by to visit soon.
It seems we both have a lot to learn and catching up to do. Here, this is a little something for you.
Scientific investigation for babies?
It's the first book I ever bought. Study it well.
Thanks, sis. I will.
Ah. And so another case came to a close, even though apparently to Nova, this has all been retconned. As for the sisters, I have faith. Aw. Faith that their lives have only just begun. And as for me, I think it's time I started on a new journey of my own. A journey to rediscover myself. Are you going to train under a waterfall, Phoenix? Go learn karate in the mountains?
Well, don't go trekking off just yet, pal.
Huh? What is it, detective?
There's just a little matter to be resolved about the chief prosecutor. You see, she isn't supposed to be out of jail like this.
What? I thought you said it was okay.
Yeah, well, it may be okay with me, but the folks at the prison are a different story.
Huh?
Basically, I had to bribe a guard in order to sneak her out for 30 minutes.
Oh, God. This is a prison break.
Believe me, it wasn't cheap either.
Huh?
Way to go, detective. I didn't know you had a wild side.
Yeah, well, you see, Mr. Right here is the one who's footing the bill. What? Huh? What do you think? I could afford it with my salary? You got to be kidding me, pal. Huh? Huh?
Thank you, Mr. Right. You're the best.
Why is it? I suddenly feel like I want to scream.
Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we all go pay it off together?
Yeah, that's a great idea. Come on, guys. Let's go.
And that's it. That's the end of the game. Oh, imagine needing to go to work and then Junbei stops you again. Indeed. Also, imagine start streaming saying you don't make voices and end up making voices. It's hard. I want to. You have no idea how much I want to. Oh, right. The people talking at the end. Is there an after credit scene? Because, like, I gotta go to work and I can't really sit around and deal with this. Because, I mean, like, the last one had, like, a really cute, like, ending scene. Okay. No idea. Well, I will have no idea either because, as I said, I gotta end this. So, that being said, thank you all for being here. It's been hella fun, hella awesome. I appreciate yous. And I will see you all in the next. So bye-bye. Later, skaters. Ba-doo. And da-ba-doo.